How's this for a doom and gloomy morning? It's not that I mind the rain. I love the rain. I just don't want to have to be out in it. If I do have to be out in it, an umbrella would be nice. I kind of was thinking, before I started this, like last night, over the weekend, I was thinking, I need to shoot in 1080 and see how that works on this camera. Because I really never shoot in 1080 with this camera. And I really have to start doing that more. But then I was thinking, well, shit. I'm just uploading it to YouTube. It's just me talking. And as it is, a 20-minute file of me talking, uploading to YouTube in 720 still takes a fucking long time. A couple of hours. Give or take. Maybe an hour. I don't know. It is earlier than I usually leave. I went to bed with Sam. We read I just felt like it. Usually, she goes to bed really early. That's the hook of this conversation. She goes to bed really early. Usually, I will stay up and do other things for a bit. And, went to bed with her, like 9:30 on a Sunday night. It's pretty early. Good God, this traffic is ridiculous. I would have thought that this early, 7:30. I usually don't leave till 8:30. No, I don't usually leave till 8. There we go. I feel better now. I'm in traffic. So she goes, well, if you're going to bed with me, you should get up with me. I'm like, shouldn't be a problem since I'm going to bed so damn early. I didn't wake up. I woke up. I just stayed in bed for a few extra minutes. But I did get up considerably earlier. And it's just the whole routine gets completely fucked up. It completely fucked up. I think I'm doing everyone a favor staying in bed until she's almost out the door. Maybe. Good morning, Internet! It's Monday. It's a very rainy Monday in Central Florida. I had to do testimonials for work the other day. You know what? I have and let me clarify. The testimonials are this thing that the owners are adamant about doing for their commercials. Just have customers in the commercial talking about how great their buying experience is at a dealership. And I think the flaw with that, I've always believed the flaw with that philosophy is that there's only so many things a person will say, could possibly say, that I can actually use in a commercial. So after a while, it just becomes different people saying the same things. And and as far as creative goes, that's just boring. So the other element of it, which Friday night demonstrated perfectly, is that in order to get these testimonials, I have to set up gear at a dealership. And I think I think I've kind of worked out a technique for this, but it wasn't tested very well, as I will get to, where I'm using the work camera, a single light, and the audio recorder, the H4n, that I can use I can literally stick almost right in their face. So between the way it's shot and some audio removal and editing, I think that would be kind of useful. I think that's a good way to get the footage that I need for the commercial. But the problem is that I have to be at a dealership, ideally at some sort of peak hours, for an extended period of time. So what that ended up being on Friday was 4 to 8 p.m. Lovely way to spend a Friday evening, sitting in the back corner of a dealership waiting for someone to say, hey, this person wants to be on television. Which, to be clear, happened once. So, again, just a wonderful use. This is why I pretty much very thoroughly despise doing testimonials. The other thing is, I never call them testimonials. I hate calling them testimonials because it sounds old, it's archaic, it's dumb, it's just stupid. It's a stupid word, and it sounds very religious. So why should you go into a car dealership and say, give me your testimonial? It doesn't make any sense. But considering that I don't like them at all, I've given up. And I said, you know what, if you want to call them testimonials, let's call them testimonials. I really don't care. The upshot is that I can work. I'm sitting at a dealership. There's not much else to do, so I knocked out a good portion of. I sketched out, I finished up one strip, and then sketched out 9 panels of the next strip. Of the next 2 strips, I think. Yeah. The way this breaks down is unfortunate because one strip's 3 panels, the next strip is 3 panels, the next strip is 6 panels. It's exhausting. The amount of panels directly corresponds to the amount of work that a strip takes to make. That was Friday. I had a chill weekend. Because a couple of weekends, this entire month has been work. Has been, consulting and building websites and videos and all that kind of stuff. And I do have work in that's waiting to be done. I've got the new website for a Magic Mall vendor, but it's also going to be an online store. So I'm not even sure where to start with that. So I need to do a little bit of research because this will be my first online store that I'm building. It's an online store. But it is a big deal. I've got the logo done. I just have to and I've got business notes from him that I can write some basic copy around. So there's work to be done, but I figured, you know what? I don't feel like doing any work this weekend. I'm going to take a break. And that was good because I needed the break. I got to fall in love with the comic again and basically come to the realization that the entire premise of Friday's video was horribly incorrect. This idea that, I have all this time, let me do all the things. That's a terrible idea. That is a really, really terrible idea. And I'm surprised that the 5 people that watched the video and left comments. Thanks for the comments, guys. Aaron, you said something that I meant to respond to. I don't know what it was, but there was great. I can't believe you losers actually want to watch this. Actually would sit through this and watch it. Come on. I don't know if that helps. It's really dark out. The entire premise, this idea that I have plateaued at work, and I have these routines. I am familiar with the routines again, and I have free time. Then I should do all the things. I like they're great business ideas. Yes, the idea of Orlando Insider and Touching Gadgets, along with the Seminole Works and everything else. They're great ideas. They're fun ideas. But the reality is that it's still a lot of work. It's still a lot of work. And the reality needs to be that, you pick one thing and you do it well. and I've got the consulting, and what I really need to do is get really, really good at the comic. And the thought process has been kind of weird hilarious because, like, last week there's a webcomic I posted about. It's called Embarrassing Comics. It's a small little thing, kind of this artistic little bit. I enjoy it very much. It's you know how you find something where no one else knows about. Granted, he's getting. I see him getting big before my eyes, which is exactly what she said. It's embarrassingcomics.tumblr.com. He posted something asking a question about schedules, or if people were actually looking forward to the comic, and I just wrote a little bit about update schedules, and this was a week ago. And I'm all like, fuck the schedule. Who cares about update schedule? Art is art. Art happens when it happens, and I post my comic, and I work on my comic whenever the hell I feel like it, because I'm not going to force art, because art and integrity and art. So now my whole philosophy is work ahead and just have an update every Wednesday. Hello, schedules! Open foot, insert mouth. Yes, I just said that. We are nothing if not constantly in flux. That's really not what I wanted to say, but those are the words that came out. There is no right, there is no wrong. Something you say one week may be completely incorrect the next week. Go with it. Because what the fuck is the point if everything is set in stone? And what the fuck is the point if you can't change your mind? And god damn it, more people need to change their minds. And I really need to stop taking yellow lights. I know I'm pretty sure I have one red light, arrow, right-hand turn ticket coming to me. I'm just waiting for it to arrive in the mail. I don't think that one was one of them, but maybe. Red light cameras. Cheating cops out of real work since 2000 and I don't know, 8? 7, 8? When did those things start popping up? So yes, that's all the good stuff. I'm working on the comic. I want to do, and I've got some really fun single story strips, one and done strips, and I'm just going to start working ahead. And it was really weird because I did finish the Wednesday's strip. I finished it Friday night. And of course, anytime I finish something, I'm like, I'm going to post it now immediately and receive the internet's love. Because that's, why we create and post things, to receive the love of the internet. So, can you imagine I must not post? It was difficult. It was difficult sitting there with the finished strip, wanting to post it and not being able to. Of course, since then I've tweaked it, and that's something very rare. I'll go back and tweak things. Like, I'll post the strip to Facebook, and then realize, oh shit, there's a typo. Fix it, and then post the corrected version on the website. But this is the first time where I'm actually able to. It was very interesting because it was done. Because it's done several days in advance. I saw like little bits of art, little things, background or something that I want to go back and fix. So I was like, oh, that's new. No one's seen the first draft yet. So I want to get really good at Seminal Works. Really good at the comic. So I'm going to post comics every Wednesday. That'll be the update schedule. And I think the other part of that is I did it for a little while. I really enjoyed them, but then it was like I stopped at the new year, and I'm like, can't really get into it again. But they're great little promotional bits. They're great little bits of content for Tumblr and Google Plus. Those animated GIFs, and I think it's a fun technique. I think it's a good skill to have and to constantly work on. But the thing is, what I guess my issue was, I felt like, all right, doing an animation of the GIF of a panel build, that's not. I felt like, okay, I've done that. It's done. What else is there? And I just have to I think I need to be a little bit more inventive, be a little bit more experimental with what I'm doing there. Because it is a good technique, it is a good skill, but I don't want to bore myself with it. I want to come up with new and exciting things to animate and create and stuff. So yeah, so Orlando Insider will come. Touching Gadgets will come. Touching Gadgets will come when I have the white box set up permanently. I think I do. I have notes on scripts I want to write, and I probably will write those scripts, but I'm not going to really focus on that or go at it aggressively until I have that permanent white box set up, which is coming. It is. I mean, it could be this week, it could be next week. It is coming. But I still think that, once a month on Touching Gadgets is reasonable. Orlando Insider, seeds. The idea isn't going anywhere. Maybe next year will be the year of Orlando Insider. Selling the condo, hopefully. We have a realtor attached to it. Hopefully. We got the comps. We got her suggested selling price. And it's all looking very positive. Much more positive than over the summer, which was the last attempt to sell. That's it. I don't want to ramble too much. Thanks for watching. For the people who watched, and for the people who didn't watch, fuck you guys. Nah. I don't mean that. I don't. Except for the people who didn't watch in spite. Or the people who watched in spite. How about that? Who watched in spite in order to hate it. I think I've waited so long to post videos that I've lost the one guy going in there and unliking everything I do. I know who you are. Oh yes, I know who you are. We'll see if he comes back to dislike again. He didn't dislike caffeine. He might have by now. I think it was too big of a deal to dislike that. It's like, oh, I can't. Oh, that's like, oh my God. How do you can't? No, I want to dislike it, but God damn it. Fuck you. All right, I'll leave this one alone, but I'm coming back for the vlogs. That's how I imagine his inner monologue. If you talk to yourself and yourself responds, does that change your inner monologue to an inner dialogue? That's a good Facebook post. I'm gonna have to write that down. Awkward, sexy pause.